Hello, my loves. Hello, Facebook and IG family. I hope you're all doing well. All right, I am on. Say hello if you are here and type replay if you're on the replay. I was supposed to come on a Facebook live with my soul sister, fellow Akashic facilitator and channeler, mystic, oracle, Tara McKenzie, but we got our time zones mixed up. So we will have to reschedule. But of course, I never miss out on an opportunity to show up anyway, right? Show up anyway. This is about visibility. This is about getting your message out there. This is about really creating that beautiful soul impact. So tell me where you're from, my loves. I'd love to hear. And since I'm recording off live on Zoom right now, and I'm on Instagram Live, I can't see all the comments on Facebook, so I'll be coming back as well to answer any questions you have. But I really wanted to still talk about the Akashic Records. What are they? What's Healy, and how has the beautiful alchemy of Akashic Records and Healy, what it's done for not just myself in my life, but also my business and for my clients, how it's quantum leaped their successes, right? Success is defined by what it is that you want to manifest more of in your life, in whatever life area that is. And I want to just talk about it. I've been an Akashic visibility coach for, goodness gracious, since I've been in my business for like 6.5 years now. And prior to that, I was a registered psychologist in private practice for about 11 years, and a first psychologist to create an online program in Alberta. So that was a lot of red tape, but badass trailblazer, did it anyway. And here I am. My soul, it was feeling really called to play bigger and just really create this bigger, deeper, wider soul impact. And so I wanted to come on today to share with those of you who are, you might have heard what Akashic Records are, you might have been like, but you're still kind of like not quite sure. So I want to share what that is. I'm going to do some a card pull as well for channeled messages that are coming through. And I want to just share just some of my successes and those of my clients in terms of how I've paired Healy and Akashic Records together. So first thing first, we're on the records. So the records are opening up the book of life, the records of your soul. Now, your home, your animal, your car, your business, your pets have its own Akashic records as well. In fact, some people, I don't really market this, but people who are having trouble selling their homes or like really curious about the energy of their home before they like the home they want to buy, come and see me for an Akashic reading about that. And we do clearings. We talk about like why maybe a home isn't being sold. And sometimes it's the home itself that's hanging on. And sometimes it's like one of the owners, family members that's still hanging on, and oftentimes it's unconscious, and it's just beautiful to see the reasons for that and giving them the practical action steps to really help with the sale of the home. So it's potent and powerful. And so we are in the Akashic Records. I wanted to share a little bit about, how it's supported me. I got certified in just before 2020. I think it was December 2020, with my good friend, my soul sister, D. Rose Hope, and she's still one of my mentors today. Such a beautiful human. And it was actually really interesting because it was during COVID that I learned I was a medium. And here's the thing. Every medium is a psychic, but not every psychic is a medium. And so I just learned I had these abilities through psychometric I think that's a word, exercise that I was doing with my girlfriend, Anne Marie. And so I was picking up on a photo that we weren't able to see. We were in partners, and just like trying to figure out what is in the picture, and then what the picture is in the envelope. And in that envelope, I was channeling, I was like guessing, you know, curly hair, grandmother, striped shirt, funny, sweet, whatever it was. And then when I saw the picture, when it was time to reveal it, it was a picture of a boy. And I was like, oh, it was totally way off. And I had done this exercise like a year ago. So this is back in 2019. And so, or 2020, sorry. And so I was just like, okay, I don't know. I don't know. I clearly got that super wrong. And the year before that, when I did this exercise, I totally sucks at it. It was like, you know, like, you're stretching the truth kind of thing. I was like, okay, well, clearly I need to work on my own intuition. And so what ended up happening was I had my girlfriend, whose picture it was of her brother who had passed shortly after that picture, and he was a young boy. Um, in the corner of the photo, I thought it was a pillowcase, but it was a woman with a striped shirt, and I could only see her shoulder. And she goes, Roz, you just described my grandma. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And so that's how we found out that I was a medium. And so at that point in time, I remember being like, ooh, I don't know if I really want to be, you know, opening up that side of things. I still, to be honest, don't. Because I've seen my girlfriends who are mediums, and they really get bombarded a lot. And I know it's really about energetic boundaries and everything. I definitely can call people in when, like, I can see past like loved ones in the records. So I'm okay doing that, but I do not want to be bombarded. So very interesting. So anyways, my apologies, I'm getting my years mixed up. So it must have been certified in 2020, because then I started doing readings in 2021. That's right. And so I remember talking to Deanne, and I was sharing about how I just found out I was a medium, and I wasn't sure, like, when we were catching up on life, and she had just uh, she was giving away her big holistic earth business nationally. I'm like, that is amazing. What have you been up to? She's like, I've been feeling called to start this new, my spiritual business. I'm like, that is amazing. And then she started talking about the Akashic Records. And at this point, I had not really known what the Akashic Records were, to the degree that, you know, like, I know now, obviously. And I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. I'm like hemming and hawing. I'm like, well, I love Deanne. This could never be a waste of money. It's going to help me, you know, and time, and this could help me really be more intuitive, which is absolutely a huge journey of mine, is to open up more and more and more. So I'm like, okay, let's do it. And honestly, my loves, it was one of the best investments I have had made at that point in time. And it just deepened my level of self-trust. And I remember the first time that happened was because you have to practice for 30 days without charge. And so I had a referral come in, and did not know her, no background. And then she was quite psychic herself, and she's like, okay, I want to go back and explore that first lifetime when I was, you know, came when I was like, came as a soul. And so I'm like, WTF, how the F am I going to know that? Right? Like, what? And she knew what it was. So I'm like, okay. And then I just started describing what I felt, what I saw. So my psychic abilities are, I can see through my third eye. So I see visions, images. Sometimes they show me Disney cartoons. It's really funny and it's really fun. And then I'm clair cognizant, so I can hear as if it's my own thoughts, but it's them talking to me. I channel Pleiadians predominantly. And sorry, the guides are masters, teachers, and loved ones, but I channel through light language Palladians. And I'm clair sentient, so I'm clair kinesthetic, so I move a lot. So this is yes, this is no, this is future, this is past life. And so what's been really cool is that I was able to see what that first life of her soul was. And she goes, yes, that's it. From that day on, I'm like, oh my God, I'm never doubting myself again. Oh my gosh, right? Like, what? So amazing. And so my confidence, remember, confidence comes from taking courageous action. Confidence only comes from action, my loves. Okay. And so that's where it soared, right? It built. I kept practicing with new people I didn't know. That's the best way because your ego can't get in the way. There's no history there. And I still practiced with people I knew too. And it was just phenomenal. I remember one time I was with my girlfriends, and we are all intuitives. And so I was reading one of my girlfriends, and then the other two girlfriends were like, yep, that's the one. Yeah, I see the same thing. And I'm just like, that is incredible. So it's just been so much fun. But particularly coming back now, I've been able to, and I don't call myself a reader, I call myself a channeler because I feel like it minimizes the potency of how I show up as an Akashic channeler. So even as a business coach, I'm always opening up the Akashic Records because I do have the ability to see what's in store of your future. It's not a fortune telling ball, okay? We have free will, but I have the ability to see what's in store aligned with your soul purpose. And then with my business coaching hat on, I can share what's your best path according to your guides, but according to as well my knowledge as a coach in the mindset and energetics and the actual strategies and structures and systems. So it's really fun. And so I also have the ability to look at your karmic past lives, clear any karmic patterns with light language, which is language that only your soul can understand. It clears, it heals. It also activates and amplifies what's for your highest good. Sometimes they show me past lives as well because your soul was a very powerful archetype that wants to be activated now. And it's pretty incredible to see that activation, that embodiment by the end of the session. It's a lot of reclaiming your power. Sometimes if there's a block that you're wanting to work through, whether it's a money block or there's struggles in a relationship. My background is I have a master's in marriage and family. I am trauma certified, so I do a lot of somatic work even as a business coach. So because of course, it's the limiting beliefs that hold us back. And I have the ability to quickly go right into your limiting beliefs through your subconscious and shift your state through a method called Alchemy. It's a mindfulness method that combines psychology, neuroscience, and spirituality. And it's what saved my life. Literally, when in 2008, I went into bodybuilding for all the wrong reasons. I struggled with body image, and on the outside, everything in my life looked completely perfect. I just started private practice as a psychologist. I was, and still am, happily married. Dan and I were newlyweds, and I was a second-degree black belt in karate and a role model to kids, teens, and adults. And I was really confident, there's that word again, in everything that I did. But behind closed doors, I was like a hot mess. I was constantly beating myself up, restricting my food, binge eating, feeling guilty, and then purging through over exercising. And so I came in last place on that day in June 2008. Holy shit, it's June. So like, wow, like crazy. And I'm having this live now. And that was like my breakdown, which led me to my breakthrough. So through Alchemy, as I was a therapist learning about it, you cannot work on your own shit, right? I learned, and I was like 25 at this time, so not woke at all, not spiritual at all. And I learned that I was unconsciously operating from this belief that I'm valued in my doingness. So my status, my achievements, my titles, how much money I was making versus my beingness. And my doingness was never enough. So I was this overachiever, this hardcore perfectionist, and this type A, no pain, no gain kind of attitude in life. I'm a high achiever. I still am, right? And what happened that day was I learned the art of slowing down, the sacred pause. I started to come home to myself and be perfectly imperfect. And really, that journey of going home to ourselves, coming home to ourselves never ends, right? Like, this is why I am obsessed with reinvesting my money into personal growth, into mentorship, into spiritual development and business development. Really, business is a spiritual journey, right? Spiritual and personal development journey. And so it's been such a powerful way to then I got certified in Haikomi and eating psychology at the time. And Haikomi, even though I'm not licensed anymore, that was a really hard decision. But I knew my soul. Do you guys ever feel like your soul is meant for something bigger than what you're doing now? You're like, oh my God, there's more to life than this, right? There's got to be more to life than this. I can see that for you in the Akashic Records. And like you're wanting more, right? You're like desiring more, not from a place of lack and not enough, but from a place of like, I am not here to live a mediocre life. Do you feel me? Right? None of us are here to live a mediocre life. We are here, every single moment, we get to choose. We get to decide how we want to live our life. We get to show up or we contract. Do I want to show up, stretch myself, get more visible in this case, or contract and play small and keep hiding? Right? That choice is yours and there's no judgment. Right? But you, my love, I want to remind you that you are here because you are meant for more. And impact doesn't mean you need to be like this big influencer, this big coach and heal, like you need to be famous. No, it could be behind the scenes. My God, one of my healers, Jasmine, who lives here in Kelowna, she's such an influential woman in so many ways, but she is like not out there like as the same way I am. She's working behind the scenes as the supporter, as the healer, and she makes choices to really be in that. She's so loving in this loving energy and support people, and she connects people. She's like me. That's another way in how I create impacts and contribute to the world is I connect people, right? Without any like anything like that. Oh, there needs to be more. Like, what's in it for me? No, right? That connection is so huge. In fact, if I was to start another business, I have a psychic ability to match people, so it would be a dating and matchmaking company. So I think that'd be really fun. I think I should have a TV show around that. That'd be really fun. But anyways, who knows? Who knows? I don't feel the call right now, but I think it's fun to matchmake people. Anyway, coming back to my journey, so the Akashic Records have been very powerful. Now, bringing in Healy, I'm about 3 months in. Healy is this frequency device. It is a device that helps you get into energetic alignment with your what you want to manifest in your mind, in your body, in your spirit, in your finances, in your relationships. It literally, being in the records, quantum leaps your results in itself. Bringing in Healy freaking brings it even more quicker to you. Like, I'm just mind blown every single day about how miraculous Healy really is. And I know this sounds really like some of you might be watching me like, what is this crock of shit? Right? Like, it's okay. You're allowed to have that because I was skeptical too. Okay. I was like, how can this little box be that powerful? Right. And if you haven't heard already, the reason I got the Healy was, I had been approached to check it out maybe a year ago by like 3 different people. My really close girlfriend, Tracy, who's my energy healer, as well as my energy healer for my clients in Soul Ascension Business Academy, my group and one-on-one hybrid program. um, she was hemming and hawing about like getting a Healy. And I was like, girl, you go for it, right? Like I'll watch and I'll see what happens for you. And I watch her lifestyle expand. I watch her manifest living Mexico twice in such a short amount of time with her family. I watched her business grow and the finances expand. And I'm like, woo, still not interested in Healy, right? And I'm like, good for you. And then shortly after, my back started to fucking hurt. Like I have chronic back pain. And it and I have epic self-care. So, I've been able to manage, but I realized over time it was getting harder to manage even with my epic self-care tools. And I'm like, okay, what the hell? I was going for a walk with a girlfriend shortly after that, so 3 months ago. And she's like, Roz, and I was telling her about my back pain. She's like, do you have the Healy? And I'm like, no, I keep hearing about it, but I'm kind of checking out Tracy, about her sharing about it. And she's like, okay, listen, you need to check it out. So I had not up to this point seen Healy in real life, just online. And I'm so sensitive energy that when she had me hold it in the hand and she scanned my resonance, right? So this is a frequency device that scans your resonance. And this is mind blowing because I can do this for you from a distance. And what it does is then it tells you the top 5 programs. This is a professional model, it has 144,000 frequencies in it. It tells you the top 5 programs that would support you in this moment right now to be in your optimal bioenergetic field. So how I like to describe it is, when your glasses are dirty and you take them off and you like they're kind of dirty, right? Kind of smudged up. You like wipe them and then you put them back on. You're like, how the F was I walking around in this world not knowing my glasses were this dirty because they're so much cleaner? That's what I feel Healy does for my bioenergetic field and my aura. I'm like, oh my God, I feel so much more vibration. So as soon as I held that for 2 minutes and then the scan that she did for me, I was just like vibrating because I'm so sensitive to energy. And my whole body was screaming, yes, I was having soulgasms. I'm like, oh, I need this, right? And of course, because I already committed to saying, Tracy, it's kind of like plant medicine. When it calls you in, it calls you in. Healy calls you in. It's not a head thing. It's a frequency thing, right? And I was like, thank you so much, my girlfriend who introduced it to me. I said, I'm sorry, I already committed to signing up under my girlfriend Tracy, but I gifted her an Akashic Soul session. She was just like, that is the next best thing. So it was amazing, helps her quantum leap. And so, it's always like kind of like a self-serving reason, of course, right? Why do we buy things? Because we need it. We see the value. And let me tell you, health is wealth. I don't care how much money you have. If you're taken out physically, right? Emotionally, mentally, what good is all that money, right? We want to prioritize our health. And when we are healthy, mind, body, and spirit, right, we're in joy. Success is not about how much money you have. Success is about feeling fulfilled. Success is about being in joy vibration, at least to me. Tell me what success means to you. I'd love to hear. And so, because everybody has different definitions. And hey, if there is a money success income goal, awesome. You should have one, right? Like, money is a resource. It's energy. It's a tool. As coaches, what good are we if we're freaking burnt out, struggling, not receiving energetic exchange of money for our helping our clients and having that transformation, right? That's not fair. So the more money you have, the more good you can do with it. 10% of my profits go to charities I deeply care about, right? And so it's such a beautiful way to create win-win-win in this world. Now with Healy, as I'm still playing with it, when I got it, I was like, oh my gosh, let me scan you. I'm like, love scanning people. I think it's so much fun. If you want to scan, let me know because it's so much fun. Scans your resonance, tells you the top 5 programs you need, sends you the frequencies for that. I can scan your chakras, your aura field. And my favorite is the coaching program. It's a manifesting coaching program. You put in a manifesting statement that you want. And this is my story, okay? And as you know, like when you manifest, it doesn't always happen in the way that you think it will, right? As the intention is there. So I put in my my coaching manifestation program with the Healy last, like I think it was last month. I manifest and I always put like the money, so 10K plus in new sales for my business this month, right? And so scanned myself, sent me the frequencies, gave me the mantras in a report form. This is so much fun, you guys. Seriously, if you haven't been scanned, DM me Healy. I will scan you and you can check this out. But a day or two later, what happened was, and I should just pause there. I also have the Meg Healy, which is double frequency. It looks like a smoke alarm, but the reason I got this is because it has different frequencies than this does. And this has 144,000 frequencies. Now, this is really good for, I got it for the prosperity codes. You guys know I love my money. I love money. I love money. And so, and money loves me, right? And there's a program called the Prosperity Codes, and it just really like aligns you with this energy of wealth. In fact, when Jasmine was doing some healing on me on Monday, what was really cool was that she saw, because oftentimes when she's healing me, we both see the same vision. It's so crazy. We don't say anything till after she's done her energy work on me. And one time she saw, we were both in the Palladian ship. I was like, oh my God, we have past lives together. Then last time we saw, we were both in Egypt. And then this time she saw tons of gold around me. And that's really interesting because I've been running the frequencies of prosperity. In fact, I'm running it right now as we're talking. And she's just like, oh my God, Roz. I'm like, yeah. So what happened with my manifestation story is that 1 or 2 days later, we got, so again, when you manifest something, it may not always come in the way that you think it will. We got a 10K booking for our Airbnb. I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh my God. First of all, that's never happened with my Airbnb. We profit really well, but never this well, right? And it's low season. So I'm just like, this is amazing. Now, it's kind of a sad but also touching story. The family that's coming in is a family that needs extra care with cancer treatments. And so this is the second time a family has booked in for cancer treatments. And we asked our property manager, who takes home 25% of what our bookings are, if like this is, if we're on a referral list for the Cross Cancer Institute for a place to stay. And they're like, no, I don't think so. So I'm like, that's so interesting. And so I accessed the Akashic records of my home. I've never done this before, surprisingly. And I wanted to ask my home to give this family extra healing. And so what happened was, as I moved into the records of my home, oh my God, I just felt this beautiful grandmother energy, this divine light through my heart, just radiating. And these rainbow rays, like white and then a little bit of like rainbow shimmering to it. And I could feel how much she missed us as a family. I could feel how much she missed the boys, especially. And it was so beautiful. I just asked her to bring extra healing for this family, please. And what was so beautiful was, she was like, yes, of course. And 1 or 2 days later, that family extended their stay and they're coming earlier. So I was like, which then, from a manifesting perspective financially, that means we're taking home closer to $10,000 in new sales. So I was just like, this is what I mean, you guys. Like, you can't make this shit up. Like, the records and the healing. This is what's manifested in my life. The beautiful souls that have been coming into my life, both in my personal life and in my business, has been incredible. I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful to have this tool, the Healy. I'm grateful to have my tools and my skills. But honestly, I can also say my back pain, I'm 3 months in, and so this is good for, like, I even have Scott, who signed up with me for Healy. He's a personal trainer. I've hired him as well, and a nutrition and mindset coach. And he's also a professional triathlete. And so He just texted me this morning that because he just got his Healy, I was training him how to do it. He literally just broke a record with his swim time. I'm like, when he programmed the stamina fitness program into his Healy, like, for me, pain wise, haven't needed to use the pain stimulation microcurrents. So it's also, by the way, if you're in Canada and you're struggling with pain, you can get this covered under your benefits. Get your doctor to prescribe you Healy. DM me if you want details. This is considered a medical device. Okay, like amazing. Thank you to my girlfriend Teresa for letting me know that. But it's incredible. It's like a TENS machine. You can think about it like that. So there are microcurrent cords that actually can go through this. And so you would put like this on the Healy. Let me just demonstrate so you guys can see what this looks like. I'll tell you what this is later, but this is like the cords that attach to it. And then if you're in pain, so for me with my back pain, it would come with these like sticky pads, right? So you put this sticky pad onto where you feel the pain. So my back, I just lent my extra Healy that I earned to my girlfriend who has severe migraines, like so bad that every few weeks she has to go and get like those injections, Botox injections to support her to decrease the migraines for the last 11 years. You guys, like that's no way to live. And they don't really like, she doesn't feel 100% better. She's been borrowing this for about a week and a half, I believe. And immediately after 3 days, her migraines have decreased. Because you're not managing, those of you who struggle with pain, like having to manage your pain all the time, you know how draining that is on your body and your energy, and so has had so much energy because she hasn't needed to manage her pain. Like that in itself, that's why I got the Healy. Okay, I don't care if I was like gonna be selling it or whatever. I'm like, I'm doing this for me because there's no fucking way. I'm 41, almost 42, that I'm gonna be living with this pain for the rest of my life. Are you kidding me? I'm not available for that. And so it's been incredible. I have not needed to use the pain, this whole thing for my back pain in, I will say, like 2.5 weeks. And it had been only sporadically, after maybe 3 weeks of using it when I first got this. And when I was in Peru, no back pain. You guys saw me hike the Inca Trail, the Machu Picchu, Huayna Picchu, and Rainbow Mountain. And those are not easy hikes. They are like crazy. No pain at all. Wearing the Healy. It does not need Wi-Fi, just Bluetooth. Like, isn't that incredible? And so I stand behind this. My girlfriend who signed up with me, she has fibromyalgia, chronic pain, right? Has been feeling so much better. I scanned somebody. I had no idea this was her condition, but a week later, she comes back to me. She goes, every day for the past 2 years, I've been coughing up blood and mucus. And since you scanned me with the resonance and sent me the frequencies once, I have stopped coughing up blood and mucus. Doctors couldn't explain why I was doing this, why this was happening for the past 2 years. You guys, are you kidding me? Like, I know this sounds like too good to be true, right? I don't get, like, from a logical ego perspective, WTF, but also there is actually a lot of science to this, quantum physics. You can think about like the Healy being like Reiki. There's no science behind Reiki, right? When you send distance to distance healing, what science is there? This is kind of like that, but really customized and personalized to your healing and gives you reports. Reiki doesn't do that. I'm a Reiki master, okay? I have certified in 3 different energy modalities. I love it. It's freaking phenomenal. I'm not knocking it. I still use Reiki in addition to this. It's powerful. It's powerful. And so it just allows you to have this incredible tool. If you're a coach, this is amazing for your client to help them manifest. So I send frequencies for my clients, and they have the mantras to help them get aligned and be in coherence with what it is that they want to manifest. So there is so much delicious, yummy tangible results that come from the Healy. If you are feeling called to learn more, get yourself scanned, have more details on this, DM me, Healy. Let me share with you just even more. If you want to have an Akashic Soul session, I've been including Healy scans in that as well, post session. As part of your sessions with me now that I have this powerful device and I want you to experience it too. And yeah, it's so incredible. So I can't wait to share more with you. Thank you, my loves. Let me know what questions you have. Let me know what your takeaways are from this. If you have a Healy, I'd love to hear your story with it and how it's changed your life, how it's changed if you're in business, or different areas of your life. It's just really potent and powerful. So I have so many more stories, but I'm going to stop here because I need to get going. So love you all and talk to you soon.